Hello and welcome to my Chapter 16 Maddening guide. This is a guide without DLC, and in this guide I have gone out of my way to run some starter units that won't be as good as mid-game units the game hands you. The reason I've took so long to make this guide is because when I got to Chapter 16, when I was doing my series, I realized how insanely min-maxed my team was, and I kind of can't assume your team is going to be super min-maxed, so I need tactics that should work even if your team is, all grounded units, your team isn't min-max at all, and I have to account for the randomness of which units you're running. So that being said, I'm running a few units that are definitely not hard carries, and a lot of these units are, some of these units are min-maxed, others aren't. Like if you just run Ivy, she's fine. I'm trying Tamara with Lyn out. I think it actually might be insane. But the main tactics for this map are very simple. So this map basically kind of tricks you. It makes it so it makes you think you want to push into the center. And you kind of want to push into the center, I'm sure. But you shouldn't push into the center. Now you can, and you can beat the map by pushing into the center. But it is much harder to do so, and it is way easier to either hold this region or to hold this region. Now, why should you hold either of these regions? So this northern corner is great because enemies are forced to stagger to you slowly, and then the water rising and lowering also further staggers them, and it makes beating the map very easy. All you have to do is dive this thing immediately. So you use Risotto. This is a forced deploy. You twin strike this. It does a lot of damage, puts it below half. So you just immediately kill the first worm. The second one doesn't aggro until way later on, so you don't have to worry about it. So you kill the first worm, using whatever means are available.
I can fight.
So let's see, you got momentum here, so I can smack it. As long as I can trade a blow, I'll tank the hit. And I'll go for a hit. I got a lucky crit. I could have killed it with another unit, but you kill the worm, that's the first step for sure. And then you can decide if you want to hold this position or hold the position down here. Now the nice thing about holding the position up here is there are reinforcements that appear here eventually, but they tend to appear like last, so you don't have to deal with these right away. Like they don't appear right away. So you can also start to push up into this and hold this, and you can have your land units chill out here, and your flyers can hang out over the flyer only VIP club and dive enemies that are stupid enough to push you, which they will do. So you can hold this region, you can hold this region. You can also do silly things like put a thief in this and then just have them take care of the south. You do need to be mindful of specific enemies. This guy has freeze, and the enemies that spawn in here, I think one or two of them have freeze, so it's good to have an archer and a dancer and like another unit just chilling here just to kill them as soon as they appear. Archer shoots them down, dance to archer, shoot them down, third unit kills them. Pretty straightforward. And then for these guys, they have L Thunder, so you have to be mindful of that. But they can be killed easily by flying units because their speed is quite poor because they have L Thunder equipped. So you can just wait for the opportunity and just have two flyers, just dive them. And the game hands you a flyer. Risotto, I don't know that he's fast enough on axes right away. I highly recommend running at least 2 to 3 flyers at all times. There's really no downside to doing this. There's very few maps that punish this. The only map that really comes to mind is Leaf's Paralog, but that map can be cheesed with flyers, so kind of doesn't really punish them. Flyers basically can do whatever they want. So, all right. So the water does lower pretty soon, so you can get some units up here. Park some dudes up here. I hate that her personality doesn't develop as the game goes on. So you just want to dive some things up here. And I can leave a tank down here if I want. So these guys, let's check out their attack range. So Tamara is quite tanky. She has 21 defense. These dudes have, this one has 33 attack. This one has 30 magic attack. She will get attacked by 11 swords, so I think I'll just wait for them. And I can actually do, I'll demo this. This is a low investment Zelkov. Let's see how he does. I'm just gonna park him in this bush for the whole match. You can do it with Yunako, which pick a thief, whichever thief you like best. And then also, Saline on Corrin is huge on this map, because she can just keep making firewalls So as soon as the tide goes down, you just make a firewall and it stalls their movement anyways. So pretty crazy, pretty high IQ Corrin strats. That's a joke. All right. I think it's low IQ. You don't have to think about it. You just put a dude on a thing and just set tiles on fire. It's stupid. Here we go. This is the speed we need. He can punish that Levin sword, and then Chimera can dive. Look at this. He's dodging. He's doubling. He is getting hit. It's unfortunate. Or was he doubled? He might be slow. He's a low investment Zelkov. I only used him like once. Now, this guy, killing him, it's not super hard. You have to be a little bit more aggressive. You have to take more space. You have to deal with the reinforcements and kind of put some of your units in a compromised position. You get a recover staff, which in my opinion is not even remotely worth it. If it was like a strength drop or magic dust, I would say go for it. There's safe ways to kill him too. The main way is to teleport to warp in a unit who doesn't get killed by bows, so like a Chimera or some kind of bruiser that can tank a hit that isn't vulnerable to archers, and just one round him immediately. You can also freeze him. You can use Ice Block to block his movement off. The water does rise, so you have more turns than you think to deal with him before he gets to this village. But it's a recover. It's not really that useful. It sells for like 2k maybe. It has 5 uses. If there were a better item, I would say go for it. But if you're just trying to beat Maddening, I don't recommend wasting your time on it. Alright, so here is Chimera. Let's see what you can do to this guy. Alright, so this is a very fast enemy, so no one's going to be doubling it. We can at least break it. So I like to put most of my forces in the north. You could technically just like have everyone be down here. The advantage of being down here is when these reinforcements come in, they're super far away, and all the reinforcements from this house, and this house will stagger, so you can deal with these ones later, and you can deal with these immediately. These reinforcements come down and die, and then you just slowly bleed out the map. So this is actually a really good position, and also when the tide comes back up, most of the enemies are going to have a hard time dealing with you, and if you have a lot of flyers, you can just chill out over this like low tide beach and just fly in and dive stuff. So pretty huge, pretty powerful. Okay, so from here, there's a few options. You can aggro these, you can dive them. This is on a 30 avoid tile, so be aware of that. You're going to want to hit it with accuracy. So someone who has high accuracy, so in this case, you also have to be mindful of the bow. But we can stay out of range of it. So she's pretty accurate with her silver sword +1. She might miss a hit, we'll see. So she's able to one round. So I'm kind of pushing up into this corner already. And then we have Annette over here. She's going to throw... Ooh, that's a lot of counterattack damage. Some of these thieves are pretty crazy, but luckily for us, we have some units. Alright, so let's go all the way around over here to get maximum momentum damage. And then whack this dude. And we might get a crit too, who knows. Alright, no crit. Momentum's great, because that just gave me +7 damage there. For just moving, which I would have needed to do anyway, so I do not mind that. Alright, now she can kill this. Oh wait, I thought she had a tomahawk. She's a hand axe. This is her with a hand axe. That's not bad. 20 damage. Nice. Who has the tomahawk? Someone has a tomahawk. Is it you? You have her tomahawk. What are you doing? I put a bunch of axes on her for some reason. Like I made her axe sword just to try it out, but she totally has her tomahawk. That's like not cool, bro. Alright, that's a dead unit. So this is why Anna is a little bit better in my opinion. She power levels faster. However, we have ways to get over there. Let's see, what are you?
I'm here.
Rosado, you're here. Alright, so who can kill this? So he's 23 speed, 37 attack. So Panette theoretically can kill this. I don't think I can dance her. She's too far away. I'm going to special dance here. You might as well. If you want to use your abilities early, it doesn't matter. This map isn't so difficult that you're going to need to be spamming abilities. As long as you just have the positioning, it's really not that hard. I think what gets people on this map is they try to rush in, and then they just get, like, pincered and surrounded, and then, you know, it snowballs from there. Alright, so we'll go with this attack first. And then I might have her trade for the tomahawk. So honestly, I don't think she's going to be using a tomahawk often. I don't know why she has it. Because Panette needs more than just, like, a brave weapon. Like, she needs some accurate ranged option, right? And I usually have that on her, so we're going to trade. I'll give her the hand axe. Because, like, all she can use is axes, whereas Marin's main weapon is going to be her silver sword. Much better. So that's why you want an engraved tomahawk. Super consistent. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's right. Hell yeah. Alright, and then for her, let's just switch her weapons. Silver sword is fine. Okay. So we've cleared out this. Reinforcements will come from this house and so on. These guys are coming in. He has not used his turn, so he actually can attack this. And kill it, ideally. Nice. That's an under-leveled Zelkov. If you actually invested in your Zelkov, very likely he can do some serious damage here. Alright, and then, let's say... So let me show you how to dance properly. Or at least how to dance well. You have to use your range. You can extend someone's range with dancing. So this is very, very useful for getting something into a position that it has no business getting into. Now, 99% hit rate, that's basically guaranteed. We'll go for that. She does die on counterattack, though, against 11 sword, which is always sad. But if you should run Alchrist. He's much better. But she's okay as an archer. She definitely could be better. I'll say that. And then we're going to heal Zelkov. So right now I'm kind of like staying to the right of the map because there's no reason to dive in. There is going to be reinforcements. There is no advantage at all to pushing into here early. You can do it, and that's actually how I usually beat this map. But for the sake of reproducible tactics that will work regardless of team comp, I would say that's the goal here. Alright, so you have a rapier. Unfortunately, he can't get hit by an axe without getting hit by a spear, so he's going to just chill out there. Then I can delay these if I want to. I'm going to let them come in, though, because we're going to compress on the center. The flying units that I have to the north can dive down on the center, so that's why flyers are so good. Alright, he's going to freeze someone. He froze a tank, though, so I don't mind. So I kind of put her there as bait. Alright, so now we can do something like this. Look at that mobility. 7 move. Even with 6, I would barely hit it, but look at this. This is the power of flying units. Also air raid trigger. Flyers are your friends, and they love you. They love you. Look at this. What is he gonna do? Looks like 2 of your boys are dead. Very unfortunate. Looks like you're just a single horse now. Putting Marin on Wyvern is so good. It gives her better strength growth. She looks cooler. That's like a legit... She looks cooler? It's very cool. It's much better. She looks 90% cooler, at least. Alright, what do you got, Anna? Or you're not Anna. I mistook her for Anna. Living in Anna's shadow. I think my Anna on Mage Knight by this point, with the same level of kills as Fram, like the same level of investment, is like level 10. So, and she's way stronger. 80% magic growth. Well, in this case, 75 is no joke. Alright, you... Oh, you have momentum. Alright, does he have a spear or something annoying? He does not. He has a great lance. Alright, hit him. Yeah, Marin, immediately second seal her into Wyvern. You will not regret it. Put a silver sword on her, hand her silver dagger to your favorite thief, and go nuts. Like, it's crazy. Alright, she needs to dive out, because I got her into danger, now she has to get out of danger. Funny enough, this might look suspicious, but Chimera literally doubles both of them on counterattack, so honestly, she's fine, and she has 21 defense. And she could also do this if she wanted. She could engage. She could Astral Storm. Here, let's give this guy some love. But you don't want to do that because then it'll change your weapon. So she'll counterattack both of these, and I think this guy will actually go for a stab because he can hit her. So she actually counterattacks all of these and will only take like at most 30 damage. They do not double. They don't have crit on her. So we can actually just dive out. So having like a good... Chimera is basically a tank. I think people assume she's like a damage carry, but she's actually a tank unit who can become a damage carry, which is a huge distinction. Because with little effort, you can take something who has high durability and speed and decent damage and make it absolutely insane. Alright, and then to kill this guy up here, you can dance, you can use Risotto, whatever you need to do. I'm going to kind of just like chill out here for now. I don't think I'm going to be running Risotto in this run, so I'm going to dance one of my other units. I'm trying to run Saline. I don't know why I always run Saline. It's like become a habit. I think I like her drag. I think I'm so used to her drag, like being available for healing and dragon veining on Corrin that I just like, instinctively run her. And she's not a bad mage. She's decent. Alright, and then we can just pass. Whoops, that's not pass. Yeah, look at this. Disgusting. She dodged both, too. She could tank it, though. She could literally tank them. This might act... That enemy might physic. No, he freezes again. Yeah, some of these freeze enemies are just, like, dumb. He would have attacked if the other things were body blocking. But now he can't attack, because now the water has risen. And you can also immediately see the pros and cons of using flyers. What water? Who cares? I don't care about water. On this run, I'm also not running Chloe, which is pretty rough, to be honest. But, like, I would probably have Chloe instead of Zelkov, and Alchrist instead of Eddie, Ete, whatever. Alright, now she can actively kill something. You can always throw Vulnaries or Elixirs on her if you want her to tank. You can use Physic, you can heal her. She should be getting Sandstorm soon. I think she's only level 4. Yeah, so pretty soon she'll get Sandstorm. I preemptively got Dex on her. She's already at 27 Dex, and Lynn scales her speed and Dex as well as speed takers her. So this would allow her to run Brave Weapons, and Mentorship is just a placeholder. I could replace it with Cantor. I could replace Lynn with Sigurd, and then also run something else like Lance Power if I wanted to improve her base damage. There's all these different options for her. So enemies are going to be appearing from there soon. You can honestly just kind of chill out, so I'll just catch a heal. I'll stay here, it doesn't matter. And you want your archer to be like here, and your dancer to be close as well, so you can immediately take down those reinforcements. Because there's I think two flyers and a horse, so as long as you have enough stuff to deal with that, you'll be fine. A lot of people rate Goldmary high. I think she would be good on Griffin Knight. I looked at her bases and her stats and everything, and her growth rates. I think she'd make a good Griffin Knight. The only problem is getting staff mastery on her is difficult. I think it requires you to beat Chapter 17, which sucks because I want to put her on Griffin Knight immediately. I think her speed is too low to be a good Wyvern. Here we go. He just misses again, suicides. Chimera's just holding down the fort. Alright, I think that's his last freeze. Those guys are very fun to deal with.
PK freeze!
Yeah, there you go. PK freeze for you. You can run restore. Hold on, how many do you have? Oh, he has 2 more. You know what? I'm diving you. I'm tired of you. Yeah, I'm not gonna let him break me though. Alright, these guys are coming around. You can send things out to go kill them early. Be mindful of their range. So, like, you can kind of move some dudes down. Let's get you out of the water. Probably want your land units out of the water just in case. But this is, like, the position I usually hold. This map does punish you if you have a bunch of land units and you push into the center, because you just get hit by a ton of reinforcements. And then the flyers from the starting position can be difficult to deal with. Did he just kite me and use freeze? What the hell? Oh my god, and then they have reinforcements too. But they can't hit me except for the Bow Knight, who actually could kill me. That's so funny. This game is hilarious sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna undo her moving there. Or maybe not. Let me think about this. I don't want to use a Warp Staff. I could use a Warp Staff, but I'm not going to. We can just chill out up here. I wanted to use a Warp Staff and just kill it. Just to make a point, because freeze enemies Probably one of the more annoying things in the game. I mean, they definitely add something to the game. Alright, I'm just going to skip this. Okay, and then the water lowers. Great. They get reinforcements. Or should we say reinforcements, because they got horses now. Alright, she PK freezed me again. Like, these should have, like, 1 to 3 uses at most. 5 is just, like... Why? It can't even do anything. I hope it attacks me in suicides. I really do. Tired of dealing with it. Alright. We can dive these. You're going to take some chip damage, very likely. Shouldn't have to worry about crits, though, on most units. I have the Wyvern sisters. Well, really the Wyvern... Well, they're all sisters, I guess. All 3 of them. We have 3 Wyvern sisters. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. Nice thing about this one... So, alright. I think I've seen an argument against Ivy being an S tier, where a lot of people would argue that, you know, because she doesn't have Lyn, if you don't put her on Lyn, she's not S tier. Even without Lyn, the more I thought about it, the more it makes sense for her to still be an S tier. Even if she doesn't double, at the very least, you have a high durability, fast, like reasonably fast unit with magic and good defense stat, as well as good res. She has magic and staves, and she has access to S rank magic on a flying class. Even without an emblem ring, she is low investment, comes with 1500 SP, or I'm sorry, 1200 SP, maybe 1000. She's either 1000 or 1200, but she comes with at least 1000 SP, and you can fix her speed with things like speed plus 3, which only costs 500 SP, and then speed plus 4 is 1k, I believe. So you can start fixing her speed early. Even without Lyn, she can still reliably double like half of the enemy units and at least 1 round enemy armor, and she can heal, and she has good bulk, and she has good speed. So even with low investment, she's still like a solid high A tier unit. But with high investment or even medium investment, she easily becomes S tier. Like if you get Speed Taker on her plus something else, but you're going to be deploying emblem rings on everyone, so it doesn't really make sense to not run emblem rings. All right, so I'm just going to pass. This dude should attack. I hope he's done freezing. He should be done with freezing. There he goes. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping he would have done to begin with. Now we got some archers coming in. Some other things. Notice how they kind of like split up because I'm holding this like front position with some of these flyers, but they can dive back whenever they want to. All right, so this guy... this guy is mega dead. This man is mega dead. So as they're coming back, they can get some kills from the flank. This is why I don't run tanks usually. Like, just with good positioning and good unit building, you can reliably one-round most things and be a force on the battlefield. At least your units can be. Because you aren't on the battlefield. You're just a guy controlling people. You're just like the controller guy. The controller guy. Alright, and then we got this archer who's going to be displaced. She can kill this and tank. This guy actually does hit kind of hard. I can hop in here if I want to. I can heal. I have different options here. I could have... I think she has Rider's Bane. Yeah, she has Rider's Bane. Let's see what that hits. Now, I could engage and stall them. I have multiple different plans I can execute on. Alright, she might as well just fly in and heal. Because I have a whole team there to deal with those 2 units, so I'm not worried that, like there. I could even kite. I could do something like this, maybe... Oh, let me see if this guy hits on me first. Hits a 28. Okay. Oh, I don't even hit him for counterattack damage because he's a Great Knight, I think. Yeah, he's a Great Knight. Okay, so Great Knight... Alright, easiest thing to do, I can just dive and then use her flame ability. Just move her up. So she can move up and attack. We'll do a switcheroo on them. Killing these guys is easy. And I could just pull my whole team away from them and be fine, if I want to do it that way. Or also use Obstruct, as needed. Alright, then you Check this out. This is so good, dude. This is top tier. This is S tier, I think. It requires almost nothing to set it up. It's so easy to get a Brave Axe. You just get donation level sold to 4, I think, or 3, and they just hand you one, and the game hands you 40k when you're in Psalm, so not the hardest condition to meet. Alright, she's actually going to pull through and make me proud by hitting this 90%. Alright. I said that so in case she missed, it'd be funny. Alright, her stats. I'm running her because someone challenged me too. They're like, you didn't run her, you didn't use her correctly. It's like, alright, I'll literally overinvest in her and we'll see how she ends up. Easiest way out of this, honestly, is that. Plus healing. They'll attack the decoys. AI loves to prioritize these. AI prioritizes one rounding. So if you can get decoys out, doubles out, they will look at the doubles and then look at your units, and if they can't kill them in a single round of combat, they will attack the doubles. So they'll still prioritize one rounds against non-double units, but it's only if they can one round. They actually won't calculate out having 2 separate attacks occur, weirdly, because they prioritize their AI. The AI is coded to prioritize one rounding. So it's kind of like an exploit in a way, but it's a body block, whatever. All right, there goes our our recover staff. There's so many R stabs. There's rescue, there's recover, there's restore. What? What did I just see happen? Did that just counterattack? It just crit hit, the double crit an enemy for me? Excuse me? Alright. I was not expecting that. I will say that. I was not expecting a double to kill an enemy for me, but every time it happens, it always is very confusing. Okay, so I think she does double this. Let me see. Oh no, she's just not. She's slightly not fast enough. But she does deal good damage to it. And he gets in. But I do... Oh no, yeah, I do have Armor Slayer. I was about to say. Let's see what we hit with Armor Slayer. Okay, we hit 24. What does she hit? With damage boost standing next to me? 24? Oh, 22. Come on, you gotta hit harder. Do I have anything in Convoy, maybe? To deal with this guy? No. Okay, so... What do you hit? Alright. Oh, you have a hammer. What does that hit? Probably not very hard, right? Yeah. She's pretty accurate with it, though. Her dex is actually... What's her dex? 22. Yeah, that's pretty good. So she has pretty good accuracy with her hammer. It's just kind of a meme. Now, one thing I could do... This is like literal suicide if I did this. But I could get the double off by triggering the one thing. But the safest thing to do here would probably be just to chill out. There's no reason to rush if you have land and they have to travel through water. And what you can do is you can park your flyers. I could use a bonded shield strat if I wanted to. But I'm not going to do that for these guides because I feel like it would be better to just show tactics that work pretty much on any team. So I'm not going to show like hyper-specific strats. And that's kind of why there was a delay between doing these. Also, I had to finish up other content, and I'm still doing unit guides, so... Alright, so this dude's almost dead. We can get another mage in there. She does not have momentum, unfortunately. She can double with Hellfire. She'll go for it. Alright, so we can hold these. And then one thing you can do, too, if you have Astral Storm, you might as well shoot someone. Like, see what you can find. See if you can find a kill. Put some damage on an archer. They love that. They love getting hit for far ranges. Okay, then we can just park a 4th flyer up here to make a nice little row. This way they can dive in either direction. Even though it looks cool, it's actually functional. Alright, and then the rest. So she can actually completely stall out the center with fire, which is beautiful, and then these can just clean it up. And then, of course, we want to get her down here. And then him here, so that these two plus a 3rd unit can deal with the other enemies that come in, which happens a few turns after you deal with these, usually. And that guy to the south, he can be dealt with right away. Like, look at how slow they are because of the water. So I can dive this. If I want to, I can hit this here. Yeah, so look at this. The only thing that can hit me here is that. However, she doesn't have the power. If she had Volgan on, she could kill this in one hit. Unfortunately, she does not. I'm also not running any Cantor units, too, to specifically like take away Cantor strats. So like you could easily poke this and get out, but because I don't have Cantor of any kind, I cannot do that. Alright, so what we could do... Let's see... She can come down here. I can do one of these. So I'm going to damage boost her by standing next to her while she attacks. You want to try to find opportunities to thin their numbers. It makes it much easier. This map kind of forces you to take it slow, so you might as well take advantage of that and play very positionally. Thin their numbers as much as humanly possible. Alright, now this guy has a Steel Blade with 41 attack, so I could actually set up a trap for him. I can get him to attack something that can tank him if I want. Here we go. She's starting to get some good damage off. There we go. That's what we like to see. Doubling with 11 sword. Okay, and then he can dive down and last hit. I want Saline to stay in the center so that she can use fire as needed. Okay, and then we just pass turn. So even without Cantor, as long as you look for little opportunities to dive enemies, you can usually find them. Also note there are some flyers. Alright, so this is where... Yeah, there's the reinforcements. So there's more reinforcements. There's reinforcements everywhere. Alright, so this guy is reasonably strong, but as long as you have one of your fast units like Alir is much faster with the other weapon, but Alir or Marin on a good weapon that's fast, they can tank this. So the first thing I'm going to do is just drop. So we'll use it here. So Dragon Bane. This just delays all those enemies, and your flyers can fly right over and ignore it like it's not there. And then she can almost move up there. Yeah, there's like some archers. You have to be mindful of some of these things. So we'll probably just pull back, dive these, and then someone will have to deal with this or body block this. And then this is delayed, so you're better off focusing your attention elsewhere. Alright, he has Rider's Bane, but we're just going to hit him something. Put some damage on him. Dive these reinforcements, should be fine. She can body block. So I have to make sure I'm out of range of these. It's kind of hard to see on this map. There's a lot of similar looking things. Alright, here we go. Here's her big moment. The big moment. Shooting down them birds.
That was a good session.
Any archer with a steel or silver bow can one-shot these by this point, so as long as you have one, you'll be fine. Then you just have to deal with the last guy. Ooh. Not a fan of that. Her low dex is a problem. Alchrist has really high dex. So, alright, we'll still be able to kill it. It's just going to be slightly harder. Alright, he has 25 speed. You can RNG manipulate. I'm just going to do that. That makes it so much easier. So you have something else attack first. So, for example, go like this. Here we go. And then we go for the hit. I'm checking different weapons. Killer bow. Some people swear by her on killer bow, but I would rather her just kill things. Like I can get the use case. I would rather a unit just consistently kill things or deal damage.
I'll have to up my weights.
Alright, so those are cleared out. So you cleared some space in the beachhead. This needs body blocked by a fast or tanky unit. Let's get her down here. I think she can actually tank both of these, funny enough. 21 defense. He hits like a 40, and this hits what? Does this double her? No, she's very fast. Alright, so and then this hits 33. Now there are options. If you have things like obstruct or freeze, you can use them. So for example, I can use obstruct here and then prevent that Griffin Knight from hitting Chimera. I'm pretty sure she can tank it, but just in case she can't. I'm also not using Bonded Shield on purpose. He can probably chill out here. Let me make sure this doesn't have 3 range. So their hit rates aren't the best. He has a Radiant Bow. So 105. So their hit rates go down to like 30s. So I can park him here and he can just hold this front. And then after these come in, we clear these out and then we just have to focus on the center. Oh yeah, now let's get her out of danger. We haven't really moved from the starting position much. We kind of like pushed out and then pulled in, much like the tide of this map. We're kind of staying in place because it just hits you with so many reinforcements. And this fire strat is so stupid. Alright, so she tanked that with dodging, which is nice. Alright, the flyer gets in. The flyer doesn't even have a valid target because we're just out of range. So, and then you just use fire again. Just keep using fire, and then eventually the water rises, and then they're just stuck. And you just shoot down the flyer. Let's see, we don't really care about that guy, because we're going to kill all of these. So we shoot down the flyer if we can. It doesn't look like we can get access to it. Oh, we can get access to this one. Alright, so let's do something like... Okay, this guy... hits a 27 on him. That's actually pretty big damage. However... he hits a 0 if I just attack him in this range. I'm just going to check this guy's damage. 12. Alright, so that guy's he's weak. You can ignore him. So we're going to kill this. We're setting it up for a kill. I'll probably have Risotto last hit this. Alright. He should hit, but you could also hit in melee. I'm doing this with a sword. Or the sword can't attack him. It's a flyer. It doesn't matter. Alright.
Sorry.
Yeah. The sword could attack him, but it doesn't matter. He should be fine. 28 damage, 17 speed. Yeah, he doesn't double him, so he's fine. Same thing with him. He's too fast. Alright, then we gotta kill this, 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 and this. So, I would say she dives. The archer. She doesn't have Sandstorm yet, which is unfortunate. So he's at 1 HP. That's okay, though. We have a ton of units. We have a lot of resources right now. Alright, then we want to dive this. Momentum, maybe. Oh, that's the damage on that. Here we go. Yeah, we have lethal. I was about to say. Yeah, I'm doubling another flyer, which is pretty sick. Air superiority. Alright, then we gotta kill this guy, this Great Knight. He's such a great guy. He's such a great knight. He's actually quite fast. Same with Levin. Yeah, my Anna by this point was like doubling and one-rounding everything. So like 1-to-1, like Anna's just the better unit. And she also makes you money. So, there you go. Alright, and then this guy needs to get shot down. 77%. Alchrist is definitely more consistent on Silverbow. For sure. Okay. Then we gotta kill the Great Knight. We have Dancer. We have resources available to us. I think I'll flex on this enemy.
Way to shine.
Okay, and then Panette. Let's see what she can accomplish here. Let's check her damage. Alright, Brave, she can deal 20. So I can set him up with magic. And she can last hit. Panette's a very low investment, high return unit. Like, she's just good, honestly. If she needs weapon upgrades, like especially mid game, late mid game onward. But you know, you're going to be upgrading your dude's weapons, so it's really no cost to run her effectively. All right, then everyone else can chill out, and at this point in time, the map is basically beaten. I'll still outline how to beat it because it helps to know, but the like below the point, like all the reinforcements have triggered. I was just watching to see what was happening. But all the reinforcements have triggered. You just have to clean up the center. The water's back. It's their favorite thing, the water. And effectively, their movement is terrible, and you can clean up the ones close to the shoreline, and even do crazy things like this, like just dive some enemies as needed. But, alright, so let's kill... see if we can kill this guy. He's a thief, so I'm probably not... yeah, I'm not doubling a thief. Or no, what is he? Hero, okay. Yeah, he has high speed, it seems. So we're not doubling him. But the funny thing is, if you want to, you can combine fire and water. So, like, I can Dragon Vein some tiles. So, like, if I move my team this way and then Dragon Vein, like, the shoreline, then they really can't ever get to you. So it's pretty cool. She can just wait. These guys will start to rotate back. Put some damage on this. I don't know that Risotto can kill this. He seems to be able to tank the hits, though, which is nice. So he can just wrap around this and stab it. Ideally. If he hits, he'll break it. Perfect. Alright, so then if it attacks him next turn, it suicides on him. So then the south is fine. And then it's really just this area. We just have to clean up this guy. Now, killing this bow, I could probably do that with magic. No. She needs Bolganon. You can upgrade her to Bolganon. You can upgrade your Elfire in the Forge dude. That's pretty much, that's worth it, I would say. Doing something like this is a little risky. I will definitely kill the Archer, but I'll get hit by 2 Thieves who deal pretty high damage, actually. They have Silver Dagger. There's also other things you can do, like this. If you want to get advanced, yeah, let's get advanced. Let's get Game Boy Advanced in here. Let's get a Thunder, pop Corrin, hit him with Thunder. This freezes them and debuffs them. She also got an Ignis proc, which is irrelevant. So these 3 are frozen. We can dance her. The Dancer can tank because he has high speed, so he can take a hit, which is strange. She can freeze this guy now. So now all of them are frozen except for the Archer and a single Thief, and now I can go 1 round that bow unit. Yeah, and then as long as she can kill this, she can tank the other thing. Yeah, so then I just have to worry about getting hit by 1 unit. So there's different tricks you can use for freezing and stalling. Now for the bosses, it's actually not that bad. Marnie can just be killed with magic. So if you look at Marnie, she doesn't have any range. So you can just kill her with magic. She gets 1-rounded by most mages, and that gets 2 mages will kill her outright. It gets both will get rid of a health bar. And then for this guy, what you can do is you just attack him and use gambits on him. Emblem rings, whatever, same thing. I guess I can show it. I might as well. We're already so close. Go for this. Start DPSing down. You know, he's frozen, but we want to kill him anyways. You know, don't let him live. Show no mercy. Just kill them to the best of your ability. And then when that water lowers, it's so disgusting. You can just dive them. I mean, my flyers already can dive them, but it's worse for them. Alright, this guy. Mr. Fast Man. What's your speed? 23? Alright, so she doesn't get doubled. First hit breaks. So she just takes a 16, no crit. So she can tank this. And just duel it. Finally, Sandstorm. And we got some defense. Hell yeah, dude. This is low investment Chimera, by the way. Alright, and then let's see, what can you do? She can almost kill this outright. She's also fast, so he can't double her either. There's Air Raid, some more speed and strength as well. Pretty strong unit. Like with almost no investment, she's crazy. And for the hell of it, knock yourself out. She doesn't have lethal now. Unfortunate. I think she gets doubled. Oh, he's going for her. Alright, he's dead. I think she might have gotten doubled, but she would have counterattacked for lethal. It would have been fine. Going for the dancer, huh? Pretty bold move of yours. Of you. Going for Ivy? That's stupid. I guess he wanted to deal the most damage. Alright, so...
Yes.
So it basically was as it is. It is as it was before. With the diving. You are always diving. These flyers are just super insane. Super insane. No, they're just really strong. So, now we got this flyer over here. You know what? I might dance an archer to him. I don't know. Can we do that? It might be. It's out of bounds. Flyers just play their own game. To be honest, they're like in a complete league of their own. They do whatever they feel like doing, and everyone else just has to deal with it. And that's like a real thing. All right, maybe just like poke this guy. So I can dive the other one. Why not? I don't know why they handed both Rosado and Gold Mary spears. It's such a weird weapon. I think it's honestly one of the worst weapons in the game because it weighs so much and it's just so unwieldy. I don't even think it's like defensive or its might is good. Seems to be the case that its might is actually really bad. Alright, so these ground units can't get in. I can dive here. I can do the out of bounds thing. I might get a crit. I can try a crit. Quote unquote crit fishing. The kids, that's what the kids call it. Alright, I get hit. Oh, I dodge. Okay. I didn't kill though.
Is that a rare critter?
Alright, and then she can kill a man with a hand axe, which is actually pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, this is actually pretty difficult to do. She can double with a hand axe and kill a dude. That's pretty legit. Okay, and then the rest of this. Now I can dance Rosado, he can last hit, so that's the easiest solution.
Let the show begin.
And then I tank the I can always goddess dance like a physic or something. I think she has physic, or maybe not. Oh, you have physic. Okay, so I could dance her, goddess dance her, if I needed to, but I don't. So that attack, like here, where I'm allowing this to hit me, was calculated because I'm planning on this dying, and I froze that. But you don't even have to be aggressive. You can just sit in the corner and just let them come to you and kill them and stall them as needed. That's really the easiest way to do this map. We're just going for accuracy. That's all we care about. So we're going for the 95.
You're strong.
And then for this last guy, I don't think we can really hit him. Yeah, he's too far in the water. We can start pulling our team together, though. There's no reason for them to be so far apart. Let's pull everyone in. Start to move to the south. You always want to kind of push to where the enemies are, overall, I would say. Like, if your team is far apart, you should start compressing them down. Alright, so I'm going to get hit by a sword flyer once. Counterattack, putting him at half. I can kill him over the water and then nothing can hit me. I believe. Let me confirm that. Yeah, flyers only. Both of these are flyers only. None of them have 2 range. So I can actually do this. So one of the advantages of flying is just being able to take... really steal these opportunities. You're not even taking them. You're stealing them. This is a crime. These opportunities are a crime. And you're stealing these opportunities. Low health, near death, completely safe. Just be positioned well. That's it. The difference between life and death is positioning in this game. And just being positioned well solves most of your problems, if not all of them. Alright, these guys, good luck to them. They're just a mile away. I can just... The funny thing is, my flyers can move around freely over the fire and they're unaffected by it. So when I do something like this, and set this fire down, This guy's now isolated. These can't get through it. So I can just pick him off with literally anything. I could even dive Panetta in here and have her Brave Axe him as a flex, which which is exactly what I'm going to do. Look at that.
That is that.
Get some strength. Hell yeah, dude. The speed doesn't matter. She doesn't need speed. I'd prefer her with no speed. That is how I like my Panettes. Alright, we'll just dive back. Not even dive back, really skirt the edge of danger. We're still committing in so that we can dive them whenever we feel like it. Basically, they're at our mercy at this point. If you get to this point in the map, you just clean up the enemies. It's really not that bad. Okay. Just gonna move some dudes down. Move some dudes in. Get ready to attack those. And we're good to go. I'm out of range of that other guy. That's so crazy. Yeah, we break. So even this, like even just finding the like this is why flyers with high move are so good. Unimpeded movement can pull, frankly, bullshit opportunities out of nothing. Like you shouldn't be allowed to do what I just did here. I just flew out of. I just came in from out of bounds, got a +7 momentum, break, guaranteed kill, and I'm just one tile away from death right here. And I could catch a heal if I need to, because I have another flyer who can heal. And when I run Chloe, I have 2 flyers that can heal. So they can patch each other up, they can stay out of bounds. Flyers are one of the strongest things in this game. And if anyone else tells you otherwise, they haven't run them enough. I think that's the only... Oh wait, she's dead there. Alright, so we gotta kill these guys. These guys are pretty fast. For some of my less powerful units, they're definitely a big threat. Chimera can tank them all day, though. They basically do nothing to her. They don't double her or hit her hard. So I'm going to have her set up some opportunities. Maybe do something like this. How fast are they? 23? Okay, so he can attack one. We'll trade. Trade some damage there. I'll give him a steel dagger and then receive a steel dagger. They basically just traded steel daggers there. She can just one-round this. But, I mean, the easiest solution is literally this. Look at that. As long as one of those hits, it's dead.
Were you raised by wolves?
And then for this next guy, I can dance her and do it again. I can longbow from the bushes as a meme. Oh, her hit rates, man. Her hit rates. Alchrist does not have this problem. Run Alchrist. He's objectively better. He also has a much better passive that boosts his damage. He's super consistent. She just needs a hit. Nice. Dude, she's actually S tier, honestly. She's S tier. There's no way. She's super insane. She's one round city. That's how I describe her. If she were a location in real life, her location would be one round city. It is the city where you one round. Okay, and then what else we got? What else do we got? We got this guy. We have not Anna. We have discount Anna. Oh my god, she can't even kill it. Come on, dude. Her magic growth isn't nearly as high. I think it's like 25%, so total 50 versus Anna's 75. Alright, she got a level up though. Yeah, her magic growth is not there. Her speed growth is similar to Anna's, but her magic growth kind of prevents her from one-rounding a lot of things. Alright, then we can move up and catch a heal. Oops, let's use the one that's used somewhat. Alright, let's get this guy in here.
I'm honored.
Let's get this guy in here. If you're on a dragon, you're a guy. Even if you're not. Because dragons are guys, that's the rule. And Pegasuses are girls. I don't make up the rules. I just follow them.
Do my best.
Alright, so I can one-round this, but I should probably feed some other units. Let's see. Dude, look at her health. Did I give her a Seraph robe? Or is she... Oh, wait. Oh, it's the Ike. Okay, I was about to say, holy crap, why does she have so much health? It's the Ike. I was like, dang, dude. You're a tank? What are you, tanking over here? Oh, wait, look at this damage. Look at this damage with the hand axe. That's actually pretty legit. Look at this damage with the silver sword. That's a one-round. Fantastic unit. Nothing bad to say about Marin. Honestly, probably belongs in S tier on tier list because you don't have to do anything to her and she's always good. That's like the definition of S tier. Here we go, little Fram. If she just had a few more points of magic, which Anna would have gained, she'd be one-rounding this, so... She also has less health than Anna. She did get a dual assist and got lucky and got that kill, so I'll take it. Lil Fram is B tier, I would say. Saline kind of feels kind of B, maybe low A overall, because you do have to invest in her early on. So like a lot of these starter units kind of have this thing going. You can dance people. They're going to have a hard time getting through the water. Just take your time. No, there's no rush at this point. So once you get to this point, you kill this. So you can get an Emblem energy. You can have him grab Erica, which is ideal. You do the exact same thing you did before. Use Erica, just heal to full. Erica gets the worm down to 70 or 25% health. 2 other units that can damage and tank the counterattack can hit it. Alternatively, you can use Fracture on it if you want to do that. You can do it however you need to. But there's different strategies. If you have Byleth on a Sage, you can hit it outside of its effective counterattack range, so that's very strong. That's actually probably the easiest way to kill it. You just pop Byleth and you can attack like 3 to 4 turns, like at this range, and just kill it from across the map, and then it just gets to look at you with sadness in his eyes. Because you betrayed him. He thought he was the top tier siege, but you are. Alright, let's get this going. Let's get this going. Got all these flyers. Flying is so good. I can't say that enough. It's really so good. Should it be nerfed? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I think they definitely nerfed it a lot in this game. They got rid of Canter. So like mounted units in general have been nerfed hard. So it's hard to say that it even needs more nerfs. Because like mobility overall has been nerfed hardcore in this game. So I don't know that they need to nerf mobility more in the next Fire Emblem game. Alright, what do we got? He's coming, he's mad. The boss doesn't aggro right away either, so you don't really have to... You can just let this come to you, kill it, take your time. Getting Canter on your Dancer is nice, because then he can Canter forward with your team. So that's like the #1 priority on your Dancer, but he should have enough SP. He starts with, I think, 1500. Yeah, I got him, or no, maybe even more, because I got him Mentorship and Quality Time. Mentorship is just good to help him level faster. Not that he needs it, or that's even really super useful, but it pays for itself over time. So, hard to say. Can heal the rest of your dudes. That's not the one I wanted to heal. That always happens. Alright, there we go, quality.
Devoted to you.
Devoted to you. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll let the dragon come to us, then dive it. It'll be okay. Alright. Here he comes. Okay, now enemy range. So we can attack it now, so just do one of these, engage, Twin Strike, boom. You can also damage boost Twin Strike by having a Leer go first and attacking, so you can do that. And Momentum is good against these because it helps you deal more damage, and Worm Slayer does nothing to them for some reason. Alright, so we'll go for the Momentum. Potentially get a crit, we always have another unit to last hit. Alright, so we just need literally anything to attack it. because Lucina's next to it. So we're going for a Lucina kill here.
Here we go.
Alright, there it is.
You got him.
Fantastic. Alright, now we're on to the bosses. The water is going to be rising soon. The water is your best friend if you want to easily beat the bosses. So what you do is you just wait for the water because it's on like a timer every so many turns. I think every 2 to 3 turns it raises and lowers. So you probably just want to hit them. And you can pull them safely too. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. You need Lynn. Wherever she is. All right, down here. Okay. Yeah, so you can use Lynn to pull them. Yeah, there goes the water. When you pull one, you get both. Now, what you can do... So we'll do this the easiest way possible. I'm going to wait for the water to lower. Catch some heals. Set this up. This will be going for the easiest way possible. So we'll wait for the water to lower, get everyone into position. The flyers can hang out on the flanks, out of bounds. You want your mages forward, and whoever else, and then you're going to be pulling with Lynn. And you can have your dancer forward, that's ideal. Alright, so we're just going to pass some turns. Wait for the water to lower. Alright, there it goes. And then I believe I have 2 turns, so let's wait. Let's calculate this out, actually. So he moves. Yeah, we can do it now. We can do it now, I think. You can wait a turn, or you can do it now. It should delay Mavier. So you can Astra Storm one of the shielding guys. They can't chain block when they're not at full health, so helps. It actually does help. Maybe just wait. So the water should be coming in 1 turn after this. And just move back. Alright, he uses silence, whatever. There's the water. Alright, now they're stuck in the water. You can always use fire as well. Yeah, look at their range now. Yeah, now both bosses are isolated, even though they're so close to each other. She does not have range, so you just kill her with magic.
Allow me.
Armor Slayer won't work. She's a boss, but magic, just put damage on her. You'll kill her. All right, and then you can check out. So make sure you look at his weapon because he also has 44 physical damage. He randomly one-shot, I think, one of my frail units when I wasn't paying attention. But let's check his damage. He doesn't hit particularly hard. Yeah, so 22 with Flame Lance. And he hits a 40, so she can tank a single 40. Okay, she doesn't hit that. Let's see. This is momentum damage. Really? Doesn't even hit that hard? Okay. There's always other things. I can poke... Yeah, I can poke her with Thunder and then dance another mage.
Do not forget your loss.
Yeah, Anna was able to one-round her and just get danced and one-round her, so you can just kind of see the power difference between some of these units. And then Marnie's speed is 6. Need whoever has highest magic stat. 16, that's pretty low actually. 17, and then 32. What do you got? 31, alright, dancing her. Wait, can she get in though? Hold on, let me make sure she can get in. I don't think she can get in. He has to move out of the way. Rosado has to move. Yeah. And then Mavier speed 17. So I could attack. Let's see. Do I lose weight from doing this? I can body block, but yeah, you're gonna have to figure out some way to get the lethal damage off. So it's probably going to be mages or units with high damage. Alright, so he can tank that. Yeah, he has enough defense. Then we just simply dance her. And she can get in the one square. Alright, Levin Sword, there we go. That's what we're looking for. That's Marty down. And then I can just pass. Now I probably could dive him. Let's see. Can I dive him? Well, he is chain guarded, so you don't have to dive him right away. I could use like Corrin. That's probably better. And just get rid of the chain guards depending on how they end up. Alright, so he should hit like a 30 here. Yeah, 29. Okay, smash, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it's a smash. Oh yeah, they're delayed. Oh, the water, that's nice. Alright, so now he's isolated in the water from his healers. He should be pretty easy to kill. He's not the hardest boss to kill. You can use whatever engage abilities you need.
I should have guessed towards it.
Allow me.
And then if you want, you can do this for the debuff. I should have done that to begin with, but whatever. It doesn't matter. He's pretty easy to kill at this point. And if you want to kill these guys, you can probably even body block him and leave him alive, or just kite him because he's in water. Which is not very wise of him. But yeah, you can kill those guys if you want to. Just seeing who else can hit. So let's actually, yeah, let's do this.
I won't quit.
I won't quit. That's right. Don't quit. Hit him with a spear. That's right. Perfectly lethal damage to get him down to his next health bar. It's exactly what we needed. You're hired. You're hired. You're fired. Alright. Let's get some Elfire in there. His res is decent, so his magic does, like, you know, lower damage to him. Alright, here's... I could do this. Yeah, I can all for one him. Alright, so that's it for Chapter 16. So this... Wait, I didn't hit? I missed a final hit. Alright. Alright, I'll give it to her. So that's it for Chapter 16. As long as you hold the upper right corner, use fire, and use tanky units in the south, it shouldn't be that difficult. And as long as you don't dive in and have a few flyers, you'll be fine. So thanks for checking this out. Definitely like and subscribe. And feel free to post how this tutorial helped you, if it did at all, or how you handle this map. And I'll see you next one.